Our military families serve our nation, they inspire our nation, and tonight our nation honors them. The secret of our strength, the miracle of America, is that our greatness lies not in our government, but in the spirit and determination of our people. When the Federal Convention met in Philadelphia in 1787, our nation was bound by the Articles of Confederation, which began with the words, "We the undersigned delegates." When Governor Morris was asked to draft the preamble to our new Constitution, he offered an important revision and opened with words that changed the course of our nation and the history of the world. We the people. By trusting the people, our founders wagered that a great and noble nation could be built on the liberty that resides in the hearts of all men and women. By trusting the people, succeeding generations transformed our fragile young democracy into the most powerful nation on earth and a beacon of hope for millions. And so long as we continue to trust the people, our nation will prosper, our liberty will be secure, and the state of our union will remain strong. So tonight, with confidence in freedom's power and trust in the people, let us set forth to do their business. God bless America.
Well, if you count that last burst of applause for the president at the conclusion of his speech, he got 70 rounds of applause, most of them, of course, interruptions in the speech that lasted, 53 minutes, and provided a glimpse of things the president might be able to get done with Congress, a number of things he must doubt that he can get done, and a handful of new items whose fate we don't know. It was, as such addresses normally are, highly programmatic, not particularly thematic. It ranged across initiatives that have to do with everything from protecting the economy from a downturn. That's a measure that he's already got through the House. What shape it will come out of in the from the Senate is unclear. He talked about doing such things as getting his tax cuts made permanent. That is something that it is not at all clear the Democratic Congress has any interest in doing, and he probably will have trouble getting that one. But you could hear at the end when he was talking about some of the measures that he is proposing to make life better for our veterans. You saw the applause, Nancy Pelosi rising several times to her feet. Those are some measures that it would seem he has a great deal of chance of enacting. Now, we may be able to hear some of these conversations as he leaves, so let's pause here and listen in. We're just a few minutes away from the response to be given tonight by Governor Kathleen Sebelius, Democratic Governor Kathleen Sebelius of Kansas.
Take your turn. Thanks. Thanks, Johnny. Hey, Zach. Thank you. Good. Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
President.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Excellent job.
You need to move over here.
All right, Eddie. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
That's his new agriculture secretary, Ed.
Grants for kids. Thanks, Randy. Yeah, thanks, Randy. Stevie.
Good job.
How you doing, man?
Awesome.
Great job,
You did a
Mr.
great job.
President.
I appreciate it.
You make me proud to be an American.
You know, thank you. I enjoyed it. Love it. I did. Exactly.
Great job.
Thanks, President. How are you doing? Green, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Huh?
Well done, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent.
How's the girl doing? Tell her I was asking about this. Man, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
President, good to see you again, sir. Good to be a member of the company.
weren't reading this thing as I spoke, were you?
I was reading. I got notes all over the thing. Look at this.
Never mind.
Look at this. I wrote notes all over.
Sit down. Get this text.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
And I appreciate very
I
much
saw you up. Thank you.
how you addressing them.
I watched it. I was watching. Thank you.
Hopefully we can look at it.
I have a young hero here from New York who stepped in that train to say
Where is he?
the Jewish fellow. He's up in the gallery.
Okay, good.
Try to get him down if I can.
Okay, good.
I want to give that to him.
What's his first name?
Hassan, Hassan. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Really, thanks.
You were awesome. That's a good question. And now the Bauer asked you, they wanted to know. Oh, I was just going to ask you. How do you... Questions.
Yeah, no questions. No questions.
I was just going to ask.
You're standing there asking a question.
I followed you this far. How do you give a rebate to people who didn't put any bait in?
Thank you, President. We'll try to rein Louis in.
Elliot, how you doing? Yeah,
Elliot Engel is that Democratic congressman he was just speaking to, called him by name. He's always on the aisle when the president comes through.
Danny, how you doing?
Those are, I guess, the invitations that members of Congress get to come to the State of the Union address, and as you can see, the president has autographed a whole slew of them.
Appreciate it. Great speech.
Enjoy giving it.
That was obvious.
Mac, how are you? You did well, boy. Thank you.
Mr.
President, great job.
On that second chance.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
We talked about it.
All right.
Where is it?
In the Senate.
This is for Michelle Bachman. Great job, Mr. President. There you go.
So here you have an interesting spectacle, and it's a phenomenon of the presidency. The President of the United States, his approval rating way below what he would like it to be. His party now out of power in Congress, comes up to deliver his last State of the Union address on a day when a couple of the senior leaders of Congress on the Democratic side at a meeting with a group of journalists expressed something bordering on contempt for him. And he goes into the House chamber and is cheered. And as you can see, a great many people, not all of them Republicans, are there to get his autograph, to shake his hand, to tell him what a great job he did in the speech. Such is life for the President of the United States, whoever he is and however he stands.
Thank you, sir. Could you do one for me? And then Nagelbauer asked me to get you to sign one for him.
He heard one of the members ask him, how are you going to give a rebate to people who never did a bait? Of course, that is a Republican or conservative complaint about a proposal for tax rebates that would also go to people who are in a low-income bracket and therefore do not pay any income taxes and would get a payment nonetheless. Some Republicans have another word for that. They call it welfare or subsidies. But nonetheless, that is the proposal that the President has agreed to with the members of the House of Representatives, which is expected to pass the House tomorrow, be sent to the Senate. Its fate there is a bit of a mystery so far. Let's get a couple of quick thoughts from our panel, beginning with you, Fred Barnes, about this speech and what impact it may have beyond tonight.
Well, I think, Britt, that the President's given three great speeches during his presidency, the one after 9/11, the one in which he mentioned the axis of evil, and his second inaugural address when he outlined his freedom agenda. And this wasn't one of those speeches. It was a State of the Union address that I think will probably be forgotten pretty much, although not this year. The one thing that surprised me was how much he emphasized Iraq. Nearly a quarter of the speech, maybe 25% of the speech was on Iraq, and he was, I thought, pretty strong on that. On Iran, he wasn't quite as strong. Didn't mention that he would not allow the Iranians to have a nuclear weapon. My favorite part of the speech was something I'd never heard in a State of the Union address, and that's where the President said that those who would like to see a tax increase, he would welcome their sending in checks and money orders on their own if they want to. And Teddy Kennedy and Bill Clinton and even people like Mort Kondracki who relish tax increases so much. I would add one other thing, Britt. When you were having lunch with the President, you and the anchors, some of us who are less than anchors were having bottled water with the White House Chief of Staff.
Well, I'm glad you didn't go thirsty today, Fred. Mort?
Well,